Hi guys, today I want to start a new series that I'm planning on doing where I'm going to be refurbishing this guitar. Now, this guitar is really old. I mean like really old. I bought this when I was probably like 15, 16. It's at least 15 years old, maybe 20 years old. It's an Epiphone Special Model SG. And as you can see, I went a bit mad and tried to make it look a bit punk rock with loads of vinyl stickers at one point, which looks kind of cool, alright, but they're covering a lot of scratches and dings in the finish, basically. First step, really, cosmetically, I want to strip all of that off and refinish the body, which might be cool. I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to do it. I've been reading a little bit online and I have a bit of a plan together, but more on that in the next episode. The second thing I want to do is replace these tuners because they are very cheap Chinese made, nothing tuners that get shipped with every Epiphone guitar ever. They're just the basic factory model they're not really great. So, if I can find them, they will be replaced by these guys. These are Geiker machine heads. They are locking tuners. They're not an extremely expensive brand or anything, but they should be a massive upgrade over what these are. I'm already finding more dings on my guitar. Anyway, yeah, that's the plan. That'll be another big step in the project. We'll be installing these to replace these. This should add more tuning stability and just make it easier to restring the guitar. Locking tuners just make that far simpler. The next thing, which is also similar in effect to replacing the machine heads, is going to be to replace the nut. I've got one of these black tusk nuts, which is like a synthetic bone material, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, if you can see that, there is a chip taken out of this nut here where it got knocked off something at some stage. And again, this is just whatever the factory ships Epiphone guitars with, so it's not great. Always room for improvement. Another thing I'm doing is I'm going to be replacing the switch in the guitar because the little knob on top broke off a long time ago and it snapped off in a way that can't be just easily replaced, so I'm going to replace the whole unit. Then I got a few shiny fancy chrome control knob covers that I'm going to add instead of what's there already, just to spruce it up a bit. And finally I'm going to be shielding the whole guitar using copper tape. This should help reduce any noise or hum. It's got humbuckers in it already, so there's not really much, but while I'm at it I may as well add every last bit of help it can do. I mean, these mostly help for Telecasters and Stratocasters, but since I have it I'm going to use it. Then just basically cleaning the neck and giving it an overall setup, just making it play as well as any of my more expensive guitars. This was not a very expensive guitar to begin with. Back when I bought it, it would have been the €300 range, I think. Not an especially expensive guitar, it's kind of a beginner's guitar really. But I'm hoping that when I'm finished with it, it'll be worth, or be the equivalent of a much more expensive guitar in playability. I don't like getting rid of guitars. This one especially, this has got a lot of memories. Some of the earliest photos of me playing gigs, like teenage bands and stuff, are with this guitar. And I nearly don't want to get rid of all these stickers because, again, memories, but I want a fresh start and I want it to look cool. I mean, I like the aesthetic of this, but it's a bit too punk rock and I'm not very punk rock. So that's it for that really. That's my introduction to this series. Next week I will have episode 1 where I'm not actually 100% certain what I'll start with, but we'll see. Tune in next week.